Hi, this is Chuck Teagarden with Communities and Schools of Spokane County, and today we're going to be talking to our AmeriCorps and VISTA volunteers about their experiences on the heels of the COVID-19 pandemic. So first we're going to start off with our AmeriCorps, Andre Smith. And Andre, based on all the experiences you've had recently with the students at your school, what are you concerned about going forward with that population?
I would say that we're setting maybe unrealistic expectations on the online format for school. I don't want to say that we can't expect them not to do it, but we already have an issue with children sometimes paying attention in class or doing their homework or just academics in general. So how could we expect kids who don't have the supervision to log on and do coursework and pass their classes like they're supposed to? Or even how do we match the progress? How do we show progress? Positive or negative progress in this aspect. I think that's my biggest concern, as well as, of course, the kids being at home and they already have trauma, and now they don't have anywhere to go, but they're there all the time with their parents and don't have a place to go and get away from.
So is there any specific things that you feel like we're lacking that we need to try to identify or find or put into this mix somewhere to address the concerns that you have?
Well, the biggest resource we have right now is our people. And I think the more people that get out there and make contact with their kids is going to help us to, gauge if they need help with their trauma or their schoolwork. It's just the more people who are reaching out to these kids, I think it's going to make their lives a lot easier.
Great. Thank you, Andre.
Very welcome.
Connie is one of our senior AmeriCorps members, and so this morning I wanted to ask Connie, what is your biggest concern about children returning back to school in the fall?
My biggest concern is that for the kids is how to readjust to a new situation, new environment, and how to readjust their thinking about, because this disease is still there, and how to engage in a world where there will be social challenge, and mentally challenge too.
So Connie, have you observed any cultural differences with the children that we're serving right now in terms of specific concerns that you would have based on culture?
At SOA we serve a lot of master students, and from the Pacific Island there are more community people who, for example, more than one household families can live in one house. It's normal. Here in the United States, it's not normal to see a parent and grandparent and aunt, children and cousins living together in a small apartment.
Right.
People will say how they can do that, but in the Pacific and in the Marshall Island, it's normal, and they can live there. They don't think of it or look at this as a problem. Especially at this, the challenge. One of the challenge of this pandemic is that the social distance.
Yeah. So, so going forward, do you think that we've adequately conveyed the important messages to that population so that they understand everything that's going on? Do we need to do more education?
A lot of them still trying to figure out what really happened and how to cope with that. And I had been serving food, delivering food to some of our Marshall's household. You can see social distance is still a challenge for them. It's something they don't really get or understand how important or the challenge of being in a social distance.
Great. Well, Connie, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. I'm Madison Olson, one of our AmeriCorps. So Madison, in your position, you get around to a lot of different places in the county where our schools are at. You observe a lot of things. So tell me, what do you think we're doing well right now in this pandemic?
I think we're doing a really good job of meeting basic needs, doing a good job of getting everywhere and getting food to people, and hygiene supplies, clothing.
Okay. Do you see a lot of collaboration and cooperation while you're involved in those activities?
Yeah, I'm working with Second Harvest, the Zone Project, and school staff is always ready to volunteer and help out.
Today, Kara King. Kara, hi.
Hello.
So over at Gary at the school where you work, what technology are you guys using to engage kids right now?
The school is using Microsoft Teams, so we've been doing that as well. We meet with kids 3 times weekly on Microsoft Teams, and we do like an activity day, so we basically get together. It's open to all kids. We usually get 5 or 6 kids on the call, and we'll do like origami or play trivia games, and it's just a chance to talk, kind of check in informally with kiddos. And then we also do office hours, which basically we just hang out with kids online, talk to them, eat lunch with them, you know.
Sure.
And then on Fridays we offer a movie day, so basically we'll just stream a movie and watch a movie together. So it's a good time to just like check in with kiddos, get them familiar with the technology that they're using in their classes as well, because they're using the same platform to meet with their teachers.
Sarah Myers, one of our AmeriCorps who's stationed at North Central High School. So Sarah, you have been really involved with food distribution since the COVID pandemic took place. And so I'm really interested to hear what your observations are as people have been going through that process to get food. I mean, I think one day you had something like 300 people drive through your parking lot to get food.
Yeah, for the distribution.
Right.
When we had the really big food drive handout, yeah, there was people. I mean, it's always amazing. Like whenever we do our distribution on Tuesdays, there's always people lined up in the beginning, at least 10 cars, and then it goes for like we get through that line, and then the line keeps going for like a half an hour, and then kind of gets a break. But it's like hundreds of cars in the beginning.
So do you think these are people that you would normally see at this kind of an event?
It's interesting because like the kinds of cars kind of show like the kinds of people really, and so some people have like brand new cars and they still need food, so it's just interesting to see like the mix of people that are coming to pick up stuff.
And what's their reaction when you actually give them a box of food or food? How do they react to that?
I mean, they're grateful. Sometimes a couple people have like actually said like, oh, we used the previous one this way, and so it's just cool to see like how it's getting used and like how excited they are to get food.
So in a typical day when you're getting ready for one of these food distributions, what do you have to do to get the food to your school or wherever you're going?
So we pick up the big truck, which I've learned to drive.
Yes.
And we park it at North Central, and then we unload like pallets of food, and there's the fresh produce, which is like usually potatoes or apples or onions, and then the frozen boxes, which has like a mix of stuff too. So
Okay.
unload those pallets and just kind of set them up in a line, and then the cars come and drive up, and we just put them in the trunk. Yeah.
Do you have enough people helping you distribute the food?
Yeah. Actually, sometimes we have like, I wouldn't say too many people, but there's like too many hands, I guess. So yeah, but it's good. We have a lot of help.
Yeah, I even have seen your principal and your vice principal out there working with you, right?
Oh yeah, they come every week. Yeah, they come every week.
It's great. So, when you are, I know you go to multiple school sites.
Mhm.
So do you observe kind of the same thing where you are, or
Yeah.
any differences between sites?
So the one at Shadle, we've figured out now to go in the bigger parking lot, and we kind of snake the cars around so it's not backing up traffic. But it's about the same thing at every spot. And then on Friday I go to help at Bemis Elementary too, and that's just in the parking lot as well. So
Great,
yeah.
great. So schools hopefully going to be starting in September.
Yes.
what would be your biggest concern about kids coming back to school?
I think just like mental health wise, like processing like what happened and like how to move forward from it, and just like being able to talk with someone about that is important.
So has this experience made you want to continue to work in human services, or
Oh yeah.
maybe become an engineer instead? Or?
No, I love it. It's like really rewarding to like meet the people and be able to like figure out what they need and help them with that.
So you're gonna keep doing this kind of work?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good for you. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Our Vista volunteer, Elizabeth Kennedy. And Liz, you've been out to a lot of different schools during a lot of different food distributions, seen a lot of people. I've seen you interacting with families as you've been distributing food. So in this process, what have you observed that has caused you to be concerned about what we're doing or what we're not doing?
I think the biggest thing I've noticed is that just seeing it one-on-one is giving me pause, is no one is unaffected. This isn't a thing for a certain demographic, this isn't a thing for a certain neighborhood or a certain political party, whatever have you, that we've always divided ourselves up into. Like, nobody is untouched by any of this. People who had every reason to think that they were stable and they were going to be fine, are still, feeling the burden of this. So that's one of the things that's given me biggest pause.
So you
just the sheer number
right.
of need.
Right. So have you noticed any other sort of ways that we could be responding that maybe we're not responding that would impact the children in particular?
I think we're just gonna have to learn to be patient with them and the families. That we are in a very new environment and that's very stressful, but so are they. And I have a real hope to believe that that could happen, because I've noticed that the people coming through and those of us working, like these food distributions and these laptop distributions, like none of this is a fast, streamlined process.
Right.
And I don't know that it really could be, but I've just seen great amounts of patience from people on both sides, like those in need and those giving as well. So I think if we can just keep that up, because I don't know of anything, one thing, but I think we just need to keep looking for that. But if we can just stay patient and stay gracious with each other and learn to breathe and work together, that's what we need to do moving forward.
So do you think our social media activity is having an impact on our ability to respond to this crisis?
I hope it is, and I hope our followers will start to give us more feedback about what they need, and we can always learn from them as well. Any suggestion, it'll be welcome. So if they want to give us hopefully some feedback through social media or however, letting us know what, even if it's something they need as a parent or something they need as a community member and what they've seen, could be helpful. That'll go a long way in helping us figure out, I think, what we need to do. Just getting word from those people on the,
Yep.
will help us. So please reach out more and
Great.
tell us what you think,
Great.
give us
Well,
some feedback on how we're doing also.
Thank you, Liz. Appreciate it very much.
Anytime.